The honourable member for Innisfail-Sylvan Lake, followed by Calgary Mountain View.
Red Deer's dialysis unit is now at capacity, and clients who require dialysis rely on it for their life. Dialysis is also a core service of Alberta Health Services. In Red Deer, dialysis patients are travelling elsewhere 2 to 3 hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week to get life-saving treatment. Unfortunately, the Red Deer South MLA and the Health Minister don't think dialysis in Alberta is as big of a deal as a premier Sky Palace. Mr. Speaker, how does this government continue to prioritize rooftops and swanky Sky Palaces over life-saving dialysis treatment?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to tell the House that both the Honourable Minister of International and Intergovernmental Relations and his colleague, the MLA from Red Deer North, do an excellent job of representing their own constituents in a fair and objective way, and do not present their constituents' concerns in the context of such ridiculous analogies as we've just heard. Mr. Speaker, the fact of the matter is that the demand for dialysis is growing across the province. The incidence of renal failure and the incidence of renal cancer are increasing, commensurate with the increase of other chronic diseases. Red Deer is one of the fastest growing areas of the province. We are looking at ways to expand the...
Thank you. Innisfail-Sylvan Lake, up.
It's unfortunate that the member from Red Deer South didn't speak up when you were talking about all those extra expenses in the Sky Palace and explain the situation in Red Deer. And given that this government decided in 2013 to spend $600,000 on fancy new age mind-altering courses for Alberta Health Services executives, how does the Health Minister honestly tell Albertans that the priorities of this government are executive coaching, million-dollar severances, and soft landings instead of life-saving dialysis treatment?
Mr. Speaker, it's exactly this sort of illogical and incomprehensible rhetoric that does a disservice to the very serious issues that we're dealing with in delivering health care in Alberta. The opportunity cost decisions in health care, Mr. Speaker, are at a level they have never been before in Canada. We are dealing with the need to expand primary health care. We're dealing with higher incidences of cancer. We need to keep up with new technology and new drugs, and we need most urgently to deal with the challenges posed by the growing incidence of chronic disease like renal disease, Mr. Speaker. Those are the levels of discussions that we have.
Final supplemental.
It's interesting that the minister could foresee that all his executive needed extra coaching, but couldn't foresee that Red Deer residents might need some dialysis.
Exactly.
And given that in 2012, Minister, Alberta Health Services spent $460,000 a day on these outside consultants, doesn't the Health Minister know that he is fully responsible for the decisions made under his watch at Alberta Health Services that continue to prioritize executives before life-saving dialysis treatment for Alberta?
Well, Mr. Speaker, what I know is that this government understands that the healthcare system is about people and their families and communities. It's not about cheap political rhetoric. It is not about demeaning the reputations, besmirching the reputations of people. And, Mr. Speaker, the other thing I know is that we've cleaned up executive compensation in Alberta Health Services. We have cleaned up the issue around travel and expenditure. And, Mr. Speaker, we have reduced the number of vice presidents in that organization from 80 to 10. I don't know of a leaner $13 billion organization in this country or in North America, Mr. Speaker, and we're very proud of what's been achieved in Alberta Health Services.